What's up, guys? I'm back on Child Labor Simulator because y'all hit the like goal, and also because I wanted to... So it looks like our dad is a hobo. Not such a great start. At least I'm not spawning in with a power-hungry leader that's bossy as hell. It appears my father has been exiled. So my single father just birthed out a child. Interesting. Hopefully it won't be a nuisance to us like all infants are. We traveled for a good few minutes and I found this mountain that looked awesome, so I took my dad to it and turns out we hit the jackpot. I told my father that we could live here. As you can see, the place is perfectly concealed, which is awesome since our clan leader was raiding every part of the map. But it also seems someone had abandoned this place. As you could see, the place was awesome. Lots of rocks, trees, and a windmill for bread. Only downside is that there's no lake nearby, so we'd have to rely on a well, which can get pretty hard to drink out of when there's lots of people. As you can see, just like that, I've made bread, the best food source in-game from grains. As you can see, it's our shitty leader trying to mug us. This was the worst thing that could have happened, but it did. Hopefully the leader will let us off the hook because we're from the same clan. Good thing is that the leader let us free, and my family is safe. But obviously this leader's goons don't know how to read for shit, so of course they run straight to me just to bash my 15-year-old cranium in. And as you can see, we're also getting our crops stolen by this little troglodyte, so there goes our only food source. Props to my father for negotiating with the king so we'd be safe. Only thing saving us was that we were from the same clan. Yay, so out of nowhere, a full set of barbarian armor was found in the Hest, also coming with a club. So you know I had to snatch that shit to wear it. Now I've made a bucket to water our plants because the soil was as dry as the Sahara Desert. Hopefully in this moment, my father that left out of nowhere doesn't bring a barbarian back home, right? Of course he did. And of course the barbarian dies because my father's just the goat. And now it's all so good that now we both have barbarian armor to protect ourselves, so good job, Dad, for finding that barbarian. Now you can see that my dad's dripped as fuck in the armor. And there's my dad coming back from his trip for the 80th time now. But this time he's shitted out a baby. Yup, your goat just popped out a child with a beautiful afro just like his father. Now only normal things someone would do is obviously put this fetus into child labor, because it's mainly what the entire game's about. And of course it doesn't know what anything is because it's a child, but if you spank it enough, it'll get to work. So now I'm gonna work on our base's walls so no buffoons can enter without permission. What I'm trying to do is that once I build the spikes and walls, the spikes will be inside of the walls, meaning that if an invader tries to break any of them down, they will be poked to death. Now we're done setting up the wall layout. Now's time for the painful part of building them. Now we're done with the walls. I hope the spikes I put in actually work. Now it's time for the house because no one's going to want to live in this shitty old wooden house. So we're upgrading it to a large stone house. Yup. Of course someone had to ruin my fucking tea time. So now I'm really mad. I just can't wait to know who's at my man-made gate tearing it apart. And of course it's barbarians. So you know me and Pops had to clock their asses. Wow. Real tough. We fucking cornered him so badly he pissed his pants and reset. Couldn't handle true defeat like any barbarian. That's how you know me and Pops are locked in, like a true duo. We finally finished up our crib, guys. This is the power of child labor. Remember to y'all in the future to put y'all kids into labor so you can achieve this, at last. Your boys become the leader of the new Sparta. I just can't wait to be a shitty and disorganized leader due to the overwhelming feeling I get when in large crowds. Well done. After multiple years, our village is now thriving with farmers and warriors, and we have conquered the server with our numbers. And now for my favorite part, the family photo. Of course, organizing everyone in a line was difficult because no one listened for shit, and people also were starving. So I just got impatient and took the photo with just half of the clan. And I'd also like to thank you guys that liked and subscribed the last video and gave those helpful and kind comments. It really meant a lot to me, especially since it's my first video on this channel. And also, don't be afraid of giving me advice for my videos, as I'm currently the one making these shitty video edits. And I do need some advice to get better/video ideas from you guys.